Right, here we go. It is quite a time, I would say. Welcome, everyone, to Petey Aprendendo Português. I am living my life, thinking about, how life's going to be and how, etc., etc., as I'm... like, this whole 100, backing up, I had, an epiphany, or, not an epiphany, but just, a realization of, after 1,000 days, it's, I don't know how to say this, but, after 1,000 days, it just feels like I've done so much. Oh, my God, this is it. Now we're at, 2,000, it's insane. But it's not only about that. It's the fact that we've done as many days as there are years and then some, and I'm getting to the point where we're at a not a standstill, but I guess an existential part of it. I talk about having an existential crisis all the time, but really I'm really thinking about my mortality right now in all of this. I'm going to be an old man. I don't even know if I'm going to live this long. But if I do live this long to the year 2074 and the government didn't knock down my door and kill my bunny rabbit, whatever bunny rabbit I'll have in the future, unless if it's Bean. It would be awesome if it was Bean. if he lived this long. Send him off to college and all that, give him a little book bag. That'd be cute. But in seriousness, if I make it to 2,074 days on the day streak, I'll call it the year of resonance. I feel like today I really I had a heart-to-heart with a good friend of mine, and at a call I went to today for my job, and also just kind of it was weird. I had somebody that I worked with, not directly with the company I am still working for, but somebody who does work with the company I work for, and we just kind of talked, and it was kind of nice, just shooting the shit with what's going to be some stranger in the future at this point, and they were super nice. And I felt the resonance, and also things are starting to line up in my life. My parents are finally coming home, and I'm happy to see them. So I guess maybe resonance in that sense. Ironically enough, the last 2 days I went to 2 different rehearsals, and resonate is kind of a musical term. But I didn't have any band practice today, but I feel like I'm really resonating with reaching out to new friends and connecting with people with, at work and a little bit outside of work. And also a heart-to-heart with my friend about my leaving. And I still feel guilty about it. But, here's to day 2074. Before we get there, it's still 2073, so we got a half hour. Actually, we got 29 minutes left until Cinderella hour, so we're going to swipe that away. We're going to give this a good old start on day 2074. Days on the day streak. I'll see you guys in a sec. Let's do our best. Oh, yeah. And to think, I'm going to be 2074. What am I going to be like as an old guy? Am I even going to make it to being an old guy? It's that same feeling that I got when I watched the new seasons of Adventure Time, the ones that make you really sad. And it's not fun. On one hand, you do really need to look at life as I guess not necessarily a temporary thing, because I feel like if you keep it as a temporary thing, it's nothing's sacred, and everyone, if you get into that existential crisis and you become a nihilist, We'll get into it, but that's kind of what I'm feeling right now. I'm not too scared about completing the 50 quests, but we'll talk about our feelings in a minute. What do we have to do? 5 in a row in 5 lessons. Okay. Yeah, I don't like that. Out of all the things, why'd it have to be 5 in a row in 5 lessons? Let's see. I guess we'll do... Yeah, let's do a story time. Let's start there, and then we'll discuss furniture.
A versão de Lily.
The version of Lily.
Lily e Zari estão atrás da cortina. A peça de teatro da escola começa em 5 minutos.
Lily and Zari are behind the curtain. The piece of the theater of school begins in 5 minutes.
Estou tão animada. Nós vamos ser fantásticas.
I'm very animated. Let's be fantastic.
Eu não quero estar aqui, Zari. Isso é muito estressante.
I don't want to be here, Zari. I'm very estressante.
Mas vai ser divertido. Confie em mim.
What did you say? But it will be fun. Confie, trust me. Oh, confie em mim, it means trust me. Okay. Você tem confie em mim is do you trust me, which is, I think, a quote from Aladdin.
Você sempre diz isso, e nunca é divertido.
You always say that. And never is fun.
Lily, nós praticamos muito. Você sabe todas as suas falas.
Lily, we practiced a lot. You need all of your words.
Eu não lembro de nada.
Eu não lembro... Wait, falas? All your lines. Eu não lembro de nada.
O quê? A peça começa em 5 minutos.
What? The piece begins in 5 minutes. Oh boy.
Eu sei. Por isso estou estressada.
Was it? And that's why I'm stressed. Oh, that's a good reason to be stressed here. Geez, you didn't practice your lines, Lily. What's wrong? Estress. No. Pessoal nervoso é estressado.
Ok. Eu vou te ajudar. Eu digo, olá, amiga. E você responde, que dia lindo. Eu amo o sol.
Okay. I'll help you. I say, old friend, and you respond, what a beautiful day, the love and the sun.
Eu nunca vou.
I will never say that.
Lily, é a peça, não é a vida real.
Lily, it's a play, it's not real life. I think Lily is somewhat autistic, not like, with all due respect. From one acoustic to the other. Like bit of like a character psychological analysis. Like, she doesn't like dresses, maybe because there's some like uncomfortable texture thing, body dysmorphia of sorts. And now she is like literally stating things like, it's, it's not real life, it's acting. And, she doesn't have that awareness because she's an acoustic.
O Sr. Oscar abre a cortina. Lily e Zari estão no palco. Há muitas pessoas.
Mr. Oscar opens the curtain. Lily and Zari are in the stage. There are many people. When the curtain opens, Lily and Zari are alone in the theater. No. There are a lot of people in the audience. Platia.
Olá, amiga.
Hello, friend.
Lily olha para as pessoas. Lily não fala.
Lily looks to the people. Lily doesn't speak.
Lily, é a sua vez.
Lily, it's your turn. Era uma... What was it? It's a very dark night. Uma noite escura, mas muito escura. E havia fantasma lá cima, something about, and it has a ghost in the ceiling.
Era uma noite escura, muito escura, e havia um fantasma lá em cima.
O quê? Isso não é a peça.
What? That's not the line.
O fantasma era muito feio e muito triste. Ele chorava todas as noites.
The ghost is very ugly and very sad. He cried every night.
As pessoas riem muito. Elas adoram a história de Lily.
People laugh a lot. They love the story of Lily.
Lily, essa não é a peça.
Lily, that's not the line.
Eu sei. A minha versão é melhor.
No, I know. My version's better. What is it? In the play, Lily inventa outra história. Na peça, she invented her own line. That's cool. It's a little bit, she's gone rogue a little bit, but I appreciate that. But let's see that day streak. We are at, boom, 2,074 days on the day streak. Keeping that flame going, keeping it alive, and as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Yes. So yeah, we got some stuff. Let's get that flame. Oh yeah. We gotta get 550 XP in order to carve the statue. And let's see that flame. Boom. 2074. We're almost next to a milestone of 2,075, which we're gonna get a super Duolingo. Like, I don't know. I just like how it looks. So let's see it again. Let's get that triple dopamine hit. Yeah. Got about 20 minutes left to midnight, so I think we'll use them well. And yeah, give me that flamey flame. Nos continuamos. Yes, 28 out of 50. Boink. And we definitely spent 15 minutes learning. Wow. Open 3 chests. Give me that sugar. A common one. Okay. I like these animations. 6 gems. Is this like a randomizer or something? Blink. I don't know the point of all this. Alright, well we got 1.5 cheesy peas. Claim the next reward. Mega. Come back tomorrow for this triple XP boost for an hour? Holy shit. And boom. 2074. Is that why, like... Wow. If I use the phone app, I'll be unstoppable. I don't know how. I don't know how I haven't... See, they bribe you with the XP. They're trying to de-incentivize the desktop app, but I just like it. I think, like, I don't want to get an... I don't want to have to get an iPad, because they're the cutting-edge side of it. I don't like iPads. I really don't. I think they suck. I really do think they suck. Yeah, we don't have any... We're probably not going to get the 5 in a row and 5 lessons unless if we exploit the system a little bit. But if we get up to 500, you know, it's not going to be too bad. But that being said, you know, we're probably going to need a little bit more than what we have been getting. So I'm just going to do a speaking, and then we're going to...
Contratar
uma empresa. Decorar com quadros. Quem é o carpinteiro mais próximo daqui?
Duas
prateleiras.
A cama
já está lá em cima. Apesar de você vai se mudar com todos os seus móveis. Precisamos pedir uma sopa nova. Preciso limpar o espelho sujo. I need to clean the dirty mirror.
O sofá velho não é nada prático.
O sofá velho não é nada prático.
O
eletricista mora no teu endereço da lista. Let me just...
Eletricista.
Cista. Eletricista. I can't say it. Tricista. There we go. Okay, so we got one that's 5 in a row. Yeah, so we're up to, okay, 12th place. We're going to earn a little bit more, I'm thinking. There's Duolingo chess. Oh my god. Oh my god, we got Duolingo chess. We're probably going to start with the music app if that's an option. We're probably going to go, like, blow through this shit, too. Let's describe some furniture.
Antes de mudar-me, vou vender a mesa antiga.
Before...
Antes de mudar.
Before moving,
Vender.
I will sell
mesa.
the old table. Antes de mudar-me, vou vender a mesa antiga. Before I move, I will sell the old table.
O escritório não está mobiliado.
O escritório está mobiliado? Não. Está... fuck. Office is not furnished.
2 martelos grandes.
2 martelos grandes. 2 large
Você
hammers.
gostou do terceiro armário?
Você gostou do terceiro armário? Do you like the third cabinet? Minha amiga.
Conhece. Carpinteiro. De confiança.
Okay. My friend knows a trustworthy carpenter. Minha amiga conhece carpinteiro de confiança.
O eletricista consertou a lâmpada.
O eletricista something o lâmpada or whatever. Conserto o lâmpada. I don't know what I'm saying. The electrician fixes the lamp. Você
Vai.
Change.
Mudar. Os. Móveis.
Todos
os seus móveis.
It is mudar. Okay. Você vai se mudar com todos os seus móveis.
O quadro que nós gostamos é bonito. O quadro que nós gostamos é bonito.
The painting we like is beautiful. Essa cozinha...
É cozinha.
Não.
Está mobiliada.
The kitchen is not with furniture.
Precisamos de bom martelo. Precisamos de bom martelo.
We need a good hammer. We do need a good hammer.
Precisamos de sofá novo quando nos mudarmos.
We need a new sofa when we move.
Precisamos pedir sofá novo.
Precisamos de pedir uma sofá nova. Yeah, we need to order a new sofa.
A janela que quebrou está na sala. A janela que quebrou está na sala.
The window that broke in the living
A
room.
terceira janela está com problema.
A terceira janela está com a livraria. What? See, the thing is I don't remember what was said. The third window has a problem. A terceira janela está com problema.
O terceiro carpinteiro é muito bom. O terceiro carpinteiro é muito bom.
Third carpenter is very good.
Você vai
Mudar-se
com todos os seus móveis.
Okay. So we did get 5 in a row on that. That was pretty tough. We had a lot of listenings in there, which is obviously my weakest spot there. So we did what we could. Okay, so we got 5 in a row in 2 of 5 lessons. I don't know if we'll get all of them. But I feel like we're moving up in this world. I don't know. This could end up shooting us in the wiener. Like, I only got 500 for this week. And, of course, Duolingo's asking me for 500 more. Fucking asshole. I don't even care about the weekend quest. Like, just give me my friend quest back after getting spited. 50-day streak. Very good. For Renato. 3 friend quests in a row. 5 friend quests in a row. So we got 2 of 3. Honestly, I feel like if we do the describe furniture in Portuguese, we'll probably get the double XP first thing tomorrow for the Unit 35 review. Then we'll be on Unit 36 just like that. But we only got like 10 minutes left. Acho que vou contratar alguém para ajuda? Morar? I don't know. I think I'm going to hire someone to help. Okay.
Cortina.
Curtain.
70.
70.
Prêmio.
Price.
Dá.
Give.
Preciso comprar cortinas novas para a sala.
Preciso comprar cortinas novas para a sala. I need to buy new curtains for the living room.
Muito prático.
Muito prático. Very practical.
Ele contratou 2 pessoas fortes.
Ele contratou 2 pessoas fortes. We hired 2 strong people.
Design simples.
Design simples.
O quadro que nós gostamos é bonito. O quadro que nós gostamos é bonito. O quadro que nós gostamos é bonito.
The painting we like is beautiful.
Vou descer as caixas do quarto.
Vou descer as caixas do quarto or something. Okay, I'm going to bring the boxes down from the room.
5 prateleiras.
5 shelves.
Encontrar móveis perfeitos não é estressante.
Prefiro estressante. Eu tenho I don't know what the fuck you just said.
Encontrar móveis perfeitos não é estressante. Encontrar móveis perfeitos não é estressante.
Encontramos fucking móveis perfeitos na estante. I don't know what you just fucking said.
Encontrar móveis perfeitos não é estressante.
Encontramos. Can I just write it down?
Encontrar móveis perfeitos não é estressante.
Encontrar perfeitos.
Encontrar móveis perfeitos não é estressante.
Encontrar móveis perfeitos não é interessante or estressante. Finding the perfect furniture isn't stressful. Okay.
A prateleira está cheia de caixas.
Contratar profissionais é melhor.
Contratar profissionais é melhor. Contratar. Hiring professionals better. Amigo.
Amigo.
Que
recomenda. Móveis. Muito. Ajuda.
Ajuda muito. Shit. A cozinha.
A cozinha. Lá em cima.
Ok.
Aquela cortina é muito bonita. Amigo. Que recomenda móveis. Muito. Alguma.
Ajuda muito.
Ajuda.
See, very helpful. It's like, yeah, it's different from helps a lot. That, I don't know. I feel like there's a better way to literally translate that, but what do I know? Oh shit. What you could do with a score of 60? Your passport to real conversations. Heh. So, score 60 is actually the telltale sign that you actually know shit. Well, that's so crazy. All the work we've done, and we're still only at 47. Oh my god. We're super behind. But, encontrar. I know. Hey, how's it going? Gabriel. Moduum in Habida. It's encontrar. Thank you for the help. I just wish I knew Portuguese. Quero decorar a sala com novos with new móveis. That's the unit. Want to decorate the room with new furniture.
80.
80.
Próprio.
Property.
Dar.
To give.
O espelho pequeno.
O espelho pequeno é bonito. Bonito. Espelho.
O encanador que
chega cedo é o João. The João is the plumber who gets there
Tem
early.
espelho que parece pequeno.
Tem espelho que parece pequeno. Something like that. Tenho espelho que... Okay, que parece... I have a mirror that
Ela
looks...
vai decorar a casa com flores.
Ela vai decorar...
Ela vai decorar a casa com flores.
She's going to decorate the house with flowers.
Espelho. Tenho espelho que parece pequeno.
I have a mirror that looks...
O quadro que nós gostamos é bonito. O quadro que nós gostamos é bonito.
The painting we like is beautiful.
Onde posso colocar a mesa de cabeceira?
There we go. Where could I put the bedside table?
Onde colocamos a televisão agora?
Onde colocamos a televisão something fucking... Onde colocamos a televisão agora? Where can I put the television now?
O quadro. Nós gostamos.
Que nós
gostamos. É bonito.
There we go.
A televisão antiga é pequena.
A televisão antiga é pequena. The old television is small.
Decorar com quadros.
Decorar com quadros. Quadros.
Sua mesa de cabeceira.
Sua camisa é cabeceira. Sua camisa é cabeceira. What's it? Your bedside table. Okay. Well, we finished that unit. That was a lot. We're still in 12th place here. Oh boy. We could do one more. We probably could. I think I'm gonna wait for that one. Maybe I guess we'll do a speaking.
Quando era criança,
não gostava de cesta. Misturar tudo. Meus pais nunca escondiam a comida.
Eu
adorava sobremesa, especialmente sorvete.
Lembro
que nas terças não comia sala. Cortar a cebola. Carne de porco bem passada. Uma criança mal criada. Os cogumelos cozidos. Prove espinafre uma vez sem saber. There we go. We got it. Okay, there's that. All the daily quests complete. Speaking again. Eu assistia filmes sobre Cuba. Estou livre, então assistiu a um filme hoje. Você lembra daquela série filmada na Índia? Eu adoro filmes dramáticos. Vocês costumavam ver filmes de terror? A série policial tinha um final surpreendente. Um pouco triste. Ele frequentemente assistia filmes de ficar sem...
O
que você assistiu anteontem. Nós jogamos o jogo 8 vezes, 80 times, or 8 times. We played the game 8 times. Okay, we're in 11th place. That's probably the most we're going to get because we got 2 lessons left. Most importantly, yeah, it's 11:58. Holy crap. We're going to start our Finchy with like no time left. So let's see it. What day is it today for Finchy? Happy Friday. I love how he looks like a hippie. 446 on a Friday. We're going to chat with him real quick. We went to Ryogoku and ate with a huge sumo wrestler. Guess how many bowls he ate? Let's say 8 bowls of rice. It was 10. His training sounds tough too. Wow, he's a big boy. Big boy. And we got rice. I'm just gonna spam these out. Yeah, did all that. Sure. Yep, did that. One thing I did well today was right next to midnight. Next to midnight. Gift from Rainbow. Oh my God, what is it? I hope this gift. I'm gonna invite her to stay over today. What did she give me? Lumi the jelly? A whole pet? What the hell? Oh my God. What are you doing, Mother Sean? Well, yeah, that was with 1 minute left. Win day. And let's see what do we get for a present? A yellow boho bottle. Ooh, I'm gonna claim that. Yeah, I'm going with yellow. I love the color yellow for some reason. But I'm gonna keep the lightsaber. I don't know why. Well, probably because it's yellow. Ooh, we got a red hood. Not like and then like a teal Tokyo shirt. I might just let him be naked. Ooh, a green one. Oh, I like the green. What a lantern. I guess I'll be looking at this stuff for the duration or the rest of what I have left. It's officially midnight right now, so it's honestly high time for me to say goodnight for right now. I do like Finchy. It's gotten to be such a good time over the years. And I'm really like, I don't know. Let's get back to Duolingo, what we were talking about earlier, because I was actually getting to some deep stuff. If anybody's left, it is a cute game. I know. I'm a sucker for streaks, I guess, for daily streaks. Oh, and just like that, 2074 is now not there. We're almost finishing up this week, and we're going to get an orange flame tomorrow, that being Saturday. Parents will be home tomorrow. And, yeah, by the year 2074, I'm going to be a very old man, and I'm not happy about that. I'm really not happy about that, just because of, how fleeting time is. I know it's an inevitability, and I think, this is what we're going to do to say goodnight for now. We're going to talk about what I think the year is going to be in 2074. 2074, I feel like, my prediction, as I'm an old man, it's going to be a year of resonance. Things are just going to line up. Things are going to jive. Things are going to be cool. And I'm really gonna like connect with people, not necessarily in an interpersonal way, but just with the world, the universe, I'll be like a wise sage that will then connect with the rest of everything around me. That'll be fun. If only. If only. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Today, I had a heart-to-heart with a good friend of mine. I don't know. I guess resonate in the sense of making peace with things. I'm still kind of melancholy about leaving my friend and my cousin that I'm in the company that I'm working for today, or for the last 2 weeks. But I feel like the conversation I had with another coworker about just life and how the money system works and how it's kind of bullshit and all that stuff, it was kind of nice, having a talk about life and just how it's just, the way things are turning out to being kind of sucks. I know I'm sometimes awkward with like the people around me, but I am okay with that. I've kind of learned to what's the word? I don't know. Like, I'm an awkward person, and I sometimes wonder if like the brain damage that was caused by like psychiatric stuff like antidepressants or mood stabilizers, they fucked up my brain, or even just like going full-blown vegan and all that stuff. I don't know if that's true. Maybe there's some truth to it. I don't feel as sharp as I used to, and maybe it's just straight up I'm getting older and I'm not as sharp as I was when I was younger. And I feel like I remember when I was a kid, like, why are these adults so fucking stupid? Not as like a bratty teenager, but literally like the cognitive decline you can see. And kids kind of just know how shit works. They're smart, not because they're, wise in any way or have experience, but they are, their minds are not like fucked up from all the fluoride in the water and all the red 40 in the, this might get flagged with like a health warning or whatever, but I don't give a shit. It's one of those things where like you deal with enough of like intellectual dismissive people where like they're the ones that were fooled and convinced to believe that the status quo was the truth, and therefore they've been proven wrong. And since they've been proven wrong years later, they're finally experiencing their own renaissance for the first time, that, oh my God, the world's run by a bunch of like, reptilian pedophiles and sex traffickers. It's like, yeah, maybe I'm not a wackaloon here. Maybe you're just fucking dumb. But like a well-educated moron. But anyways, I digress. I don't want to like start having a forked tongue towards things. And it doesn't feel good to be like, haha, I'm right and you were wrong, because that sucks too. It's like, come on, just don't be a dismissive jerk to me when I have like eclectic types of thinking. It's not that I'm trying to be that way in any way. It's just, when you think ahead, this is the next conclusion. Is that not obvious to some people? I guess not. So my whole thing is, the existential part of it, I think, was what I was getting to earlier. I'm going to be an old man someday. Just thinking about that. Like, just throughout the 2000s, it's like, haha, that's fun. 2003, 2005, Gen 3 was super hot. Pokemon XD and Coliseum, that was amazing. It felt like that was like, at most, like 8 years ago. that's like getting close to like 20. That's like 20 years ago that stuff came out. It doesn't feel like it, and just the realization, like, oh shit, life's going on. We're the old people. My parents are the elders. The oldest people out there, and I'm becoming middle aged. I'm becoming an old fuck, and just the awareness of time passing on as a millennial seems to be like a phenomenon. Probably because we've never been taken seriously by anybody as a collective. Like I just feel like that we're constantly the understudy. We're never going to be taken seriously. We could try to, quote unquote, grow up, put on the pantsuit, and go about in a corporate lifestyle. But even then, there's still that level of imposter syndrome that I think, and it could just be me projecting too. The feeling of infantilization I feel like is very apparent, at least in my generation and the younger generations. Like, we'll never be seen as respectable adults until the boomers pass on, and we're the inheritors at this point. Not that I'm looking forward to that or trying to push that any forward, but it is something that I think about from time to time. Like, what's next? As an old man, and in the year 2074, what's next? Like, starting from 2000, thinking of how every year is gonna go, and just a whole laundry list of things of just, what am I gonna do? Like, and maybe I don't even make it to this point. And I hope, like, that's the other thing too. Like I'm thinking of like how I'm gonna be, like, in 2074. Am I gonna make it to 2074? It's kind of scary, actually, thinking about that you're just gonna be history in the ground somewhere, either reincarnated or in heaven, or depending on what you believe. I don't know what to believe sometimes. The thought of death and the never-ending, and it's something like, here I try to be there for a friend about, looking at death in the face and losing something that they care about most, and it's just like, it's an absolute fear of mine, and I can't, like, I have to sometimes preserve myself from the traumatic experience of, like, experiencing death sometimes, because I've been thinking about it all the time since Bambi passed away, since Chloe passed away last year, since my grandmother died, since my friend's mother passed away. It's just, he lost his dad at 18 and lost his mother like a couple years ago. And I'm just, it sucks. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I know that this is kind of preachy, and everybody, preaching to the choir and all that stuff, but just, this whole thing leading up to, like, what the year would be like, it's been kind of a mind fuck in a way of just, like, looking at what it would be like to be an old man. I have no idea. I'm just trying to live. I'm just trying to move the needle forward. I'm trying to just get every day accomplished and survive. Like, I don't even know if I'll, like, do I have the cognitive capacity to have kids even and pass on the generation? I have no clue. But what I do know is that at the very least, every day, we're gonna try our best. We're gonna do 2000. ¿Cuántos años você tem? Am I in Florida? No. I'm not in Florida. I'm old enough to, I'm not sharing my age. You could figure that out. You could dox me and all that stuff, but I mean, I'm not giving anybody permission to dox me, but you could say that I'm old enough. If I was 64, would you believe me? That'd be funny if I was. A lot of carrots, I eat a lot of carrots. Yeah, I just, Because think about it, like the day streak itself, 2074, normally if it was like, let's say 1374, it's like, oh, one more day until it's like 1375, and that's kind of a quarter quell, a milestone. Haha, that's cheeky and funny. But this is like an actual time in my life that I could be alive for, and it could be the end of my life, or it could be nearing the end of it. I don't know. Anything could happen, I mean, somewhere down the line of these years, it could be the end of the line for me. That could just be it. And I wouldn't really, like, all that I've written down hasn't really come into fruition, or won't come into fruition, because as it goes, death is pretty final, as you all are probably well aware of. It's just scary. I'm scared. And I guess sue me for like, trying to like not constantly remind myself of the inevitable end that we all have to face. I can at least be there for when the end, before the end. But sometimes, we could give what we can give, but I just can't go there sometimes. I have to work. I have to focus on my job. I have to, focus on the transition to the new job. Like, I can't just lose my composure all the time and just, like, not be totally, I have to recover emotionally all the time. Like, I want to have a life, too. I guess this is the curse of being a sensitive person. Some other dude bros on the internet will say, like, I'm a pussy, or, like, blah, blah, blah. And I guess I'm okay with that. They can think what they can think, but I know it takes a lot of strength to have a lot of heart in things, but still keep going. It's endurance. There are some people that just straight up psychopath, like they don't have that type of empathy. They don't have empathy, or maybe enough. It's on a spectrum, I guess. Some people have a lot of it. I know, like, my sister and my parents kind of they're very much like Care Bears, where, like, anything that any part of the group feels, they feel it. That's why my sister can't be around me, because I'm stressed out too much, and she's got high blood pressure. Her heart will blow up because I'm just too much. And that's why I tend to repel a lot of people. And, and I know that about myself. It's just, I hope that you have an interesting line of reasoning. You speak well. I guess so. I mean, I don't know. This is kind of a vlog / Duolingo, because it's like you got to keep it interesting. And thank you. I don't know if, well, nobody's going to hear this other than, like, the select few people that do, and those who want to spite me. And this isn't like a hint towards anybody specifically. So Rage Cage, you don't have to assume that that's you if you're still watching. It's also like other friends that just, like, there's like a spider class of people that lean a specific way politically. Like, if you're politically liberal enough, you have more of the affinity to cut someone off for something stupid in high school level. And it's a shame too, because it's like, I'd also like to think Orange Man bad, but what's the alternative? Like I'm not gonna be. I've had this, like, pomegranate flavored Yankee Candle lip balm for like in my desk for years. It's still good. I think so. Huh. Yummy. I used to eat chapstick when I was a kid. Fun fact about me. But just reminiscing those times. It's reflecting on those times. It's a good, I almost feel like the kid that I is dead. It's like, oh, you'll never go back to that past. And I just feel like we all have our own inner child, I suppose, and we can't be too hard on ourselves. Like, the things that you say about yourself, do you, ever, do you ever imagine, you saying that to the 10-year-old version of yourself? And would you end up being the bully of your 10-year-old self? You gotta not be as harsh on yourself too. And that's honestly a lot of a point that I've tried to get to with a good friend of mine. But that's all, just because you're gonna look back someday and put all your stake into one spot or one person or one entity or one cute innocent life, and you're gonna think man, I spent all this time stressed out all the time. I didn't really give myself the allowance to kind of just sit back and enjoy. Some people don't have that luxury, but I think you can afford it. I think anybody can afford it. There's enough wealth in the world for it to reach all of us. And I'm saying this from a privileged spot, but also it's also, you have to kind of trust the process of nobody else is gonna do what you do, and if you have a job or something, nobody wants to be a peon. Nobody wants a shit job. Even the job that I've been doing for the past year, it's a repair job. It's a trade job that's very technical. For the amount of money that I got paid, I don't think I got paid enough. But I did it, and I did it crappily, and for some reason they didn't fire me. Because the barrier to entry is so low now that even guys like me have a shot. I guess that's the resonant point. It's interesting to hear these thoughts. Here's the thing. In a group, I sound like a fucking idiot. When it comes to jovial, fun time stuff, in my band, everybody's just so untouched by the cynicism of the world. They still some of the members are talking about comic books and fucking movies and shit, and I'm over here talking about let's talk about the fucking secrets of the universe, homie. Let's talk about deep political shit without biting each other's heads off, because God forbid if you agree with one thing that the Orange Man says, then you're fucking dead, excommunicated from the fucking cult of personality. Jesus fuck. Don't mean to use the Lord's name in vain, but it's just, I'm sorry, I'm coming from a punk rock band. I have to swear like a sailor. Forgive me. I mean that, not facetiously. I sounded sarcastic for a sec, but I mean, it's just, I like the music. The unanimous political message of we should all be commie bastards. It just doesn't, I get it in the sense of oh yeah, I'm a musician, I should be able to be paid for gigs and shit and just get a ticket, just have a house and kids and all that stuff. But everybody's just gonna be a musician. Or everybody's who the fuck's gonna make the bread if everybody's in the drum circle? It's a bunch of hippie crap that doesn't fucking work. And I can empathize with like being a bum too. Like sometimes you just got to. It's fun being a bum. It's fun like being kind of lazy and just having weeks on end, not needing to be uptight all the time. I think we have enough wealth in the world to chill out a little bit. But I know that I feel like it's intentional that we're supposed to be stressed out all the time. Because if we're stressed out, we're in a constant fear state. If we're in a constant fear state, then it's an easy win for anybody that's in the in crowd that goes to like the high end colleges and secret societies. They then have the tickets to the kingdom easily because it's like they know the truth that they don't have to be stressed out or fear mongered. They trust the process. They're in alignment. Everything's in resonance with their soul, body, mind. I guess that's the theme of today. Resonance. To resonate. That's what I hope 2074 will be. Maybe that'll be a year of... I'm imagining myself on a mountain. And just... I don't know if I'll be skinny. I'll probably be fat still because I have a little bit of Italian genetics. But I'd like to think I would look like Alakazam, the Pokemon, or like the monks from Tears of the Kingdom that pass on the primordial wisdom of the Sheikah tribe. And there's somebody that will like a young hero that will meet me on the mountain that I will teach them my ways. And that'll be pretty cool. Like just being a true sage. And hopefully not a hermit. Hopefully I have a wife and kids because, Naya's pretty hot. That's the whole reason I started Portuguese. But, that like Luke Skywalker, Last Jedi encounter, what could have been that encounter, it would have been nice if they wrote the part a little bit better. But we can't go back. What I imagine Luke Skywalker meeting Rey for, and it not being a jumbled old mess here, would have been cool to see. Você curte alguma música aqui do Brasil? Aprendeu alguma coisa? Yeah, I remember a thing. I remember something. You curte. I forget what curte is. Alguma coisa. You some music here of Brazil. I mean, I've been to Carnival. I've been there. I like the music from Olinda. You've seen. I guess that's what I'll say. Yes, absolutely. Absolutamente. Man. Yeah, Curti. I've never heard Curti. Like Ghost, I know is like. Yo, I'm sending this to Giulia. My sister has curly hair like this. Okay, real quick, here's some memes. After asking for bangs, ends up unintentionally resembling Frodo Baggins. Oh, man. Irish-Italian genetics. It's, some of my feed, it's... like... it's a combination of like e-girls, like hot, you know, big titty goth chicks. I'm not gonna lie. Tubas, bunny rabbits, like old school RuneScape. Some VTubers, like, you know, I followed some of them. You know, and some like the D&D group that I've followed, like Legends of Evantris. Like that's pretty much most of my feed now. Like I don't have anything else. Like this guy. Look at this little guy. Look at this big chumbo. He's so stupid. Oh man, I gotta say hi to Bean. I gave him some lettuce today. He's been having poop troubles. And some wholesome stuff like Franciscan monks adopted an abandoned dog and named him Brother Whiskers. That's cute. You know, I know some Christians don't really like animals, or like they don't believe that they have souls. That's part of why I'm not full-blown Christian. That's the main reason. That's part of the reason why, you know, I'm disillusioned by the whole thing. Man, look at this, like, the audio latency, or the video latency sucks. Memes in Latin America are very funny. Do you follow anything? So, I follow, like, the Gringo do Brasil one. I'm going to try to find it on Instagram. I also have some friends send me stuff. But mostly, let's say Gringo. Not Vino, Gringo. I think it's Gringo do Brasil. Brazil. Or something like that. I don't even know. I can't find it. I don't really follow stuff as much. I mean, I follow like the original voice actor of Ash Ketchum, because that's my... Actually, I follow both voices of Ash Ketchum on Instagram. It's kind of funny because like the more recent one, and the more recent one is what's considered the official voice of Ash. I don't like, I don't believe that. Like, honestly, the original Veronica Taylor was she's Ash. She's the English voice of Ash. And but the new one, I like how she named her cat Pikachu, which is adorable. I like, if I were the voice of Ash, I'd name my bunny rabbit Pikachu. 'Cause here's the thing. I'm going to show you something, like maybe a side-by-side comparison of what I think. Man, my phone's going to die. Like, just... I think the original Pikachu, like how he runs, is very reminiscent of... Here, let me find a good one. I'm trying to find him. Where the fuck is he? I gotta find some, like, good bun pics. Sometimes when he goes to see me, it's like... He runs up to me, and he's like, yo. Actually, let me find a gif of Pikachu running up. 'Cause I don't know how to describe it other than, like, this is what the bunny does. And I feel like, you know, bunny rabbits are more... I mean, Pikachu is like the electric rodent or the electric mouse Pokemon. But he's like a bunny. It's actually, let's see, Pikachu. And of course, Pika means something else. I know. Don't make fun of me. I know the slang term. Don't harass me here. This one. The way I might get copy stricken, but I don't care. The way this Pikachu runs, like from the original anime, is how the bunny runs to me, to greet me. And it's just, man, it activates something in my inner child to see something cute and tiny and kind of chubby, like run towards you in a gleeful way. It's giving. Of course, my face freezes. Man, I've really gotten... Is it true you suspect someone is Latino based on the vaccine mark on their arm? Yeah. I mean, some would call it the mark of the beast. Some would call it the mark of the beast. But I call it life. I don't know what I call it, actually. I just, He's marking. I'm trying to find a good picture. Oh, he's got cups. Okay. He's playing with his little cups. He's got little cuppies. Where is that big fat boy? Where is that chubby boy? I like how that's what I say. Do 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 do. Wait. Okay, real quick. See, like, the shape of that bun? Like, look at the shape of that bunny. And how he approaches me. It's similar to Pikachu. That's sacred. I mean, he's a little apprehensive. He doesn't like hands, but when you pet his head with a finger, like when you go like this, it feels like, predatory. But I'm able to train some of his trust. He's so cute. But yeah, it's there's some video that I have of him that's just where he just is so happy. And I just can't help but Yes, okay. Here you go. Boom. Like, just like that. Where he's just kind of happy. And when he comes back around, yeah, he's got to process his emotions for a sec. And he's just like, yo. Wee. Kind of electric, That's part of why I think Pikachu's more based off of a rabbit than he is like a mouse. So technically, well, actually, I think like the I love when he does that. Yahoo! What's the word? I think it's like the mountain rabbit is what it's like a Chinese mythological creature, which was then rediscovered as hold on, starting that over again. See how he runs to you like that quick instance in the beginning. It's very similar to this, where just like that, and it's just such a beautiful thing. I don't know why I'm sharing this with you guys. It's just what it's part of why I wake up every day and go to a stupid day job, because I really want to Be happy. I don't know. Like, there's something to be said about, you know, like the reasons why people do stuff. It's like, I'd like to think I show up for work because I am because for the defense of my loved ones. Part of it is, it's more so like I don't want my loved ones to feel like to be affected directly by the fact that I can't do what I do. Like if I you know, lose my job, it's not like it's going to be break me permanently, but you know, it's going to be a major dent for a while. And it'll be tough to get another job because that's just how it is nowadays. But I feel like, you know, this right here is why I work hard. Part of it's also a bit of defiance where I'm just like, you know, it's not anything other than like like I had this mentality last year when I was at my job at the call center, and just I'm trying to process my thoughts. Like I think I did so bad in the eyes of my supervisors that they were so close in firing me, but I stayed, and they wanted to make it so bad that I ended up leaving on my own volition and my own voluntary reasons. But I stayed just because I knew it would piss everyone off around me. That's not a healthy way to go about it, but it's honestly, it was a powerful way to get me to keep going out of sheer stubbornness of like, you know, it's one thing, like I should be thinking like, oh, I need to make money for, you know, to build a life with my fiance and all that good stuff. But you know, I'm like the opposite. I'm staying at this shitty job where nobody likes me just so you don't fucking fill this position and just so it pisses everybody off, because fuck all you people. Fuck you guys. It's really... Yeah, he clearly looks happy. He's a spoiled boy. He does have cute cheeks. He is a big boy, and I love him. But that's more the positive thing is, you know, I want to say that, you know, I do everything I can for my loved ones, and that's, oh, look at my lazy eye, Jesus. I do want to do everything for my loved ones, and that's a good thing. But really, it's to piss off my enemies that I'm still around and thriving. It's really that. I'm doing actually better without most people. You know, most suppressing, condescending, you know, to make sure that the suppressing and condescending people are looking and seeing that, you know, they didn't really affect me, and I'm still like being me. As flawed as that is, as flawed as I am, you know, I'm not. When did I say that I was perfect too? The fuck? I'm just looking at memes now. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to find the cute video of being just snacking. Like, I got a video, like a minute-long video of him snacking. Yeah, like this. Like this cute, stupid face. This stupid, cute face. This bit of curiosity. Look at this curious bun. I mean, it's blurry. So it's trying to autofocus. Then, of course, you know, the relaxing content. You know, this is what they call flopping. When a bunny flops, that means they feel safe. And that's a safe-looking bun. He looks tiny. Like, even though he's a big chubby boy, but like he's a little, like, when you zoom out, he looks kind of like a little guy. He's just a little guy. And I love him to pieces. Oh yeah, this is one of him. Like, when you look at him dead center like this, like he's just kind of chomping on food. This is where he's like, he's got those like Shrek ogre ears. He's got big ears for the little body, where he just kind of looks at you and he's just like, yeah. Then he stops a little bit to hear around him. It's so sweet. So anyways, I guess that's the theme of Resonance, going off of vibes, going off of feel, and also just kind of feeling, like, just knowing where things will go in this world, what life will be like, connecting in a more, like, world tree type of way. You ever watch Avatar: The Last Airbender? How, like, Toph, she ends up in her old... Actually, it's The Legend of Korra, where Toph is an old woman, an old grouchy woman, yeah, an old hag. She goes back to the swamp and finds the world tree again that has its roots connected throughout the entire world. And she connects with it because she could see everything through her like seismic sense of being one with the ground. That type of resonance is what I'm hoping to achieve on year 2074. And hopefully I'm not too big of a grouch, but I do have like earthbender tendency. I never thought about rabbits. The only thing I remember is a cartoon like Jackie Chan Adventures where there's a rabbit talisman. I don't remember much about that show, but the one thing that still, like, I remember, I wouldn't say I don't remember much. Like, I remember this one commercial on Kids WB where Ash Ketchum catches Jackie Chan in a Pokeball. And that was like a part of like the commercial. But also this one scene in like a later season where a rooster picks up a pig with its claws and they just fly together as the pig is shooting lasers. It's hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. Where the rooster and the pig are levitating together and they're Toph is my favorite. Yeah, I know. See, we're connecting, man. We're resonating. Okay. Jackie, I'm going to find this. Chan Adventures. The only thing that, rooster, pig, where, yeah, it like picks up the pig and it flies around with it. Can I find it? Yes, it's this. Because the rooster, for some reason, had the levitate ability. And for some reason, like, the pig could, like, shoot lasers. Yeah, this exact thing. It was a cool show, honestly. I think, didn't one of the bad guys end up joining them? Like this tubby guy? Yeah, it was a good show. That might be the next cartoon that I fully watch. Because I'm rewatching Yu Yu Hakusho. Like, unironically, I know that, like, a lot of people are like, why are you watching that? Why aren't you watching me? Why aren't you watching, like, other anime and other shows? It's like, I don't know. I watched this as a kid. I never finished it. So I figured that it'd be a good idea to. Oh, yeah, it was the episode When Pigs Fly. I think it was the season where the talismans all break and then they go back to, like, their ancestral equivalent, like their descendants. So, like, this was the pig that became the descendant of the original talisman. Same thing with the rooster. which is kind of cool. I don't know. Yeah, here's the thing though, like I get it. I get that, you know, like maybe a rooster and just chickens in general, they flap their wings, they can't fly, but they, you know, they kind of float, I guess. So I would understand levitation. What do lasers have to do with pigs? Is it because it's like an intelligent animal? And like it has psychic powers because that? I don't know. Like, and as a kid, it's like I don't really care. Or even as an adult, I'm like, I don't give a shit. That's fun. That's fucking funny, and it's kind of it's entertaining, you know, like to see a pig shoot lasers out of its eyes, or just because it's like a like, is there like a symbolic reason for like the wanting things to be like anything that's fictitious to line up with the source material of actual spiritual practice? I want it so bad to be in alignment with that. Because think about this, like, you know, you go to Steven Universe and, you know, the crystal gems, they're all based off of like the crystal properties and like, you know, New Age spiritualism of like what each crystal represents in terms of like emotion, mood, astrological signs, all that stuff. And it's kind of cool how, you know, like the character Bismuth, like the crystalline structure's unstable. So the plot thing for Bismuth is that she's unstable. Perfect. You know, that's great writing. But as a kid, you know, like seeing a pig shoot lasers from its eyes, that's hilarious. So why not? You know, like there's the two sides of me that's like, you know, that makes sense. That's cool. Then the other side of me that's like, that doesn't make sense, but it's still kind of funny. And just how random it is, it still works. Yeah, I know. Yeah, like if the pig had like I don't know, like memory recall or something. Or something like more intellectual. Now I want to look this up. Jackie Chan Adventures, Talismans. Okay, obviously the rabbit is speed, which is cool. Animation for rats, strength for the ox, dualism with the tigers, which is a little like that's. Why does a tiger get the cool stuff? Speed for bunnies, combustion for dragons, invisibility for snakes, healing for, is that a horse? Oh yeah, we're in Year of the Horse, duh. I guess that makes sense, like horses are healthy, invisibility, snakes are very stealth. Astral projection with sheeps. I guess, you know, with like astral projection and sheeps, it makes sense because you count sheep, you go to sleep. You know, and that's probably the plot that they use for one of the episodes now that I'm thinking of it. Monkeys shapeshift. Maybe it's because humans are close to like how monkeys look. Flight or it's actually just levitation for roosters. Immortality with doggies, which I would honestly, I feel like that's like that's a hard sell. Like, what do dogs have to do with like immortality? Is it just wishful thinking that dogs live forever? Maybe it's that, or maybe it has something to do with like how like kitsune, like fox demons, they actually reach mortality like after, you know, they get like 9 tails. And that's the whole premise of Naruto and parts of Yu Yu Hakusho. Speaking of which, it's where Naruto gets a lot of its inspiration. That's why I'm watching it. Then heat vision. Like that's the only one. Is it just like frying bacon? I don't know what the heat vision thing is. let me look this up. Like, what is the pig Chinese pig Chinese zodiac meaning? Like, okay, the symbolism is representing abundance, prosperity, good fortune, patient, understanding, optimistic, strength, sincere, forgiving, dedicated, and healthy up. Due to their lacking in trusting nature, they may be taken advantage of. Associated with the water element, representing intuition and emotions. See, like, literally, from Chinese zodiac stuff, pigs are just diligent, warm-hearted, which is honest and easygoing. That's like the opposite of Japan, by the way. Like, you know, Ganon is a pig. It's a boar, but still, I mean, boars are pretty evil. It's so easy for pigs to turn feral. Like, I guess, I don't understand this part of it. I guess abundance in the sense of, like, you know, having a lot of meat, so to speak, a lot of food. Yeah, it's lazy and gullible is the negative traits, are the negative traits. I would say that it's has nothing to do with, is it a fire element? No, it's associated with water. But obviously all the red because it's, you know, China. So that I wouldn't. In a pig's eye is an expression that means, like, I doubt it or no way. Oh, idiomatic expression in a pig's eye. Many fans and reviews suggest that the power is based off the English puns or idiom. Kind of like When Pigs Fly being the episode where the pig flies. Although it may not seem obvious that the pig's choice of this power has cultural creative origins. According to the internet, this one is one of the possible origins. Oh, so I guess in the sense, like, it's not just Chinese origin, it's Chinese American, which is literally Jackie Chan. So I guess that comes full circle. I'm vibing with it. After I finish Yu Yu Hakusho, maybe I'll give Jackie Chan Adventures another try. Because I did once before and I got bored. But I don't have much of a life now. I'm still waiting for my fiance to you know, for us to get the paperwork in and all that good stuff. So I am pretty much, I think I've said everything that I wanted to say. We'll definitely see as we continue forth for tomorrow and all that stuff. The other thing too, things are lining up. My parents are going to be home from vacation. You know, I'm finished my last, I wouldn't say my last full week, because like, I still have to do Monday, Tuesday, not next week, but the following week, and then I'm done with the job that I currently have, which is sad. It's very sad to say goodbye. And that's part of the melancholy feeling, you know. Resign was a day from earlier this week. And, you know, I had to reorient myself, then re-engage, and now we're resonating. Probably because it's Friday, but probably because when I'm an old man, I become one with the earth, like Toph. Not like death or anything like that, but just literally, you know, on solid footing, so to speak. Watch it with your bunny. There's a movie called Night of the Rabbits. Watch it with your bunny. I will. I tried watching Watership Down. Not with the bunny. I feel like it was too much for him. Horror, science fiction. I don't know if I want to do that. Is it like one of those goofy ones? Night of the Rabbits. All right, I'm gonna put this to my face here, and I'm gonna look it up to see if it's horrific. Night of the Rabbits. Is this about like bunnies that turn into demons? That's kind of funny. Night of the Rabbit movie. Oh, this is funny as hell. I have to show that. Is it this one? Oh my god, this is just how many eyes does horror have? How many times will terror strike? Night of the Lepus? Is that different from the Night of the Bunnies? Oh, I guess, is this like a... Is this different from Night of the Rabbits? Giant mutant rabbits in Southwest. Oh my god. This is... Okay, see, this looks like Watership Down. Which that scared the shit out of me. Oh my god, look at these big fat boys. They're so cute. It's just, I think I can relate to the bunnies a little bit more, because it's just like they're just kind of fat and rotund, but still have like the energy of like a squirrel. But they can't really get far, they just jump around in place. But they're fast. They're fucking fast for what they do. They've got all that like torque in their buns. All right, I'm gonna like close out of that. It's a horror film though. It's probably a cheesy horror film. Horror. Your rabbit will discover... Oh, like the killer bunny from Monty Python. Yeah, he'll consume the flesh and have gas problems later on because of the... you know, when a rabbit has too much fat in its diet and not enough... If it has too much fiber in its diet... Or, sorry... If it has too much fat and protein and not enough fiber, it will explode. That's the problem with bunnies, is like their digestion is very much predicated on how much fiber they consume. Bean had a bunch of health scares recently because he was pooping weird. So I just fed him a bunch of stuff. Fed him a bunch of, you know, hay and lettuce. I bought him a big thing of lettuce. And he's just doing his thing, man. He's pooping normal. Too much information, I know. But look at this concerned boy. Look at how concerned he is. That's what I like. You know, there's resting bitch face and then there's resting concerned face. And sometimes, you know, that's charming in its own way. I am going to bed. It's 1 o'clock. It's 3 a.m. for you. Or no, it's 2 a.m. for you, actually. So I'm going to leave it at that. Gabrielle, thank you for your comment. I'm just going to close the chat right now because I'm actually fading, and I'm going to probably have a binge-watching episode streak of Yu Yu Hakusho because I have no life. And also I got to prepare for tomorrow for my parents coming home, and I'm super excited to see them. So let's take a look at 2074 Days on the Day streak one last time. Boom. Very good day. Feliz sexta-feira y sábado. Yeah, kept that flame going. We kept it alive, and my God, Richie, we are gonna, you know, we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep this flame alive, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, as I say every day. So I would do a double day, but I feel like the 2000s have been super sacred because they're years of my life that I could live and die within or after, hopefully when I'm one with the earth, not in a death sort of way, in a sage passing of the torch, hopefully not being grumpy like old lady Toph, but hopefully in a way where it's like cool. that I will be one with this giant tree and can feel the resonance of the whole world. That's how I hope. That's how I'm predicting 2074 in being. That I find true resonance spiritually, physically, emotionally, in every category through my community that I've built myself, and also all the loved ones around me, and whatever flocks of bunny rabbits or fluffles of bunnies that I have in my life, or pets, and continuing on a legacy and passing on a legacy that I think will be honorable, more honorable than anything else. So, thank you so much for joining me for 2074 days on the day streak. And as always, muito obrigado por assistir. Boa noite. Ciao, ciao for now. Take care. Até próxima. Here we go. 2075. The next milestone is around the corner. Take care. Feliz sábado.